recognize such minority names, and after this recognition, this name might be put, for example, for road sign and so on. But as I told, there are only names of localities and part of localities were established till today. No names of physiographical objects. So localities haven't asked about such names. And the second question, minority names are listed in our databases. The main database is the State Register of Geographical Names, and we've got for every localities which these additional minority names, these names are listed in original script and in romanization. It's the case of two languages names, Belarusian and Lemko in Poland, because other minority names are originally in Roman script, Roman alphabet. And these minority names should be put on a topographic map. But there is the question on the voivodeships authorities, because the voivodeships authorities, voivodeships is the first level administrative unit in Poland, voivodeships authorities are responsible for preparing topographic map. And as I know, they usually not put these names. But in the small scale maps, for example, it was the 1 to 500,000 scale maps or administrative map of administrative map of Poland. Sorry, on this map, minority names for large villages from Opole region, the German minority lives there, or in Kashubian, where this Kashubian ethnic minority lives. Those names were also put under the Polish name as additional names. So thank you.
Thank you very much to Poland for that clarification. I have to apologize. I missed a request from Turkey to take the floor. If I could invite the delegate from Turkey to take the floor now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. On behalf of Turkey, I would like to first of all express my sincere congratulations on such a successful event. Turkey believes that the group of experts on geographical names is discharging a very important task. On this occasion, however, I wish to bring to your kind attention that the country name used for the island of Cyprus in the documents pertaining to this session of the United Nations Group of Experts on Geographical Names, specifically document GEGN.2/2019/6/CRP6, should in no way be construed as a single authority representing the island as a whole. Therefore, Turkey declares that the approval of this and other documents by the meeting neither constitutes recognition of the Greek Cypriot administration nor prejudices Turkey's rights and obligations emanating from the Treaty of Guarantee, the Treaty of Alliance, and the Treaty of Establishment of 1960. Mr. Chair, I kindly request that this statement be reflected in the official records of this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that comment. It is noted, and it is now part of the record as that comment has been made and recorded. Thank you. I invite Cyprus to comment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I regret that I have to take the floor in response to the statement made by the distinguished delegate of Turkey. I wish to put the following on record. The international community has no doubts about the sovereignty of the Republic of Cyprus and the fact that this sovereignty extends over the whole of Cyprus, This is why the international community recognizes only the Republic of Cyprus as a subject of international law, and why Cyprus' sole legitimate government is representing the country internationally. The Turkish claim that the Republic of Cyprus does not represent Cyprus as a whole has been unequivocally, authoritatively, and definitively rejected by the preeminent organ responsible for the maintenance of the international peace and security in several of its mandatory resolutions. The United Nations Security Council deplored the purported secession of part of the Republic of Cyprus, rendered legally invalid the declaration which purports to create an independent state in the northern part of Cyprus, called upon all states to respect the sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity of the Republic of Cyprus, and called upon all states not to recognize any Cypriot state other than the Republic of Cyprus. Any attempts to establish a secessionist entity in Cyprus territory do not affect the status of the Republic of Cyprus in the international legal other pursuant to established rules and norms of international law. Equally, no effect can be created by any statements in support of such attempts. Lastly, I would like to urge the Turkish delegation to respect the technical character of the United Nations session of Angegon for the standardization of geographical names and refrain from attempts to politicize it. The reference given by the Turkish delegation regarding this document is not relevant to the agenda item. The sole aspect of the Cyprus problem which is relevant in the context of our work here is the fact that Turkey has illegally and arbitrarily changed over 35,000 geographical names in the area of Cyprus that it occupies, in an attempt to erase its historical identity and millennia-old character and heritage. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you to both countries for your comments, and they will now become, as I mentioned, part of the record of this meeting. I would like to leave that discussion as it stands so that we can proceed with the more technical issues that we have to cover. Thank you both. I would like to ask a question from our delegate of Ukraine, if I can find them. If there is a Ukrainian delegate, could they please indicate? I cannot see one, so I can't.
It's all the way up there, but it's empty.
I can't ask the question. So I shall give Ukraine a short rest from this question and ask it to them some other time. My next paper that I had a question or two for was for the United Kingdom. Now, the United Kingdom is quite a different model of place naming than most of us operate under. They do not actually have an internal place names board. The representatives you see here are representatives that come from a particular government organization that reports on how to deal with names outside of the United Kingdom for the benefit of the United Kingdom government. But I have a couple of questions that I'd still like to pose to them and hope that they can provide an answer for me. Question number one was, given the different model that you have, how are conflicts resolved renaming, spelling, or application of any particular name? And is there any sort of approved or accepted consultation process that you go through in the United Kingdom to arrive at a solution that's equitable? And the second question that I have is, the Permanent Committee for Geographical Names, as I said, was working with languages outside of England, Great Britain, to provide information and solutions at a national level. So how important is the standardization efforts at a national and regional level, or more particularly across sovereignty type issues,